What do you guys think made and continues to make Oklahoma State such an incredible golf powerhouse? I mean, is it the combination of legacy and the history of players that have gone there and built this tradition? And then secondarily to that, and I asked that to both you guys really, but for a kid that's growing up right now in junior golf and starting to consider, what university to go to, or I guess frankly that probably goes across other sports too. What are the most important things you guys look back on in your decision and saying, it sounds like one of them was having competition that was better than you, that was going to challenge you. Mm-hmm. But so I guess a two-part question. One, what's made Oklahoma State so great and continue to be at that level? And then secondarily, what's so important in choosing that, what school to go to for you?
I think there's a lot of factors. Some of the big ones, who's there, who's going to be there. Like Hoff was saying, being around players that are as good, maybe not as good, but want to be better than you, guys that are better that you want to try and catch. So ultimately continuing to push each other. I'd say, unfortunately, the last couple of years, they haven't been as good or up to the standard that we hold for Oklahoma State golf. But, and you can chime in whenever too. I'd say another special thing is golf at Oklahoma State is very different than I feel like golf at a lot of other universities. It's the
football or not quite, but
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that support Oklahoma State golf.
Yeah.
We've helped the football program do some things that they've wanted to do, whether it's with the stadium or other stuff. And a lot of our donors, going back to one of the main, Boone Pickens, he came through golf, and that was because of Coach Holder. Coach Holder played for Labor and Harris back in the day, and he took over the coaching job at a young age. But he was a big part of really developing Oklahoma State into what it was then and is, and continuing to be. So he's kind of the Labor and Harris kind of laid the groundwork, and Holder took it from there. But I think it's hard to really understand how big it is and how much people, I guess, think of it. Like to Hoff's point, it's like, it's not just golf. Like it's big.
It's Oklahoma State. Like if you're either an alumni or a fan, like you bleed orange, but not only just like the football or the basketball, like golf is like there as well, which I don't think in other schools it's like that. Like there's not many. I mean, you can name a handful probably, but I think like, yeah, it's the legacy, but also like the thing that Coach McGraw kind of, I wouldn't say sold me on, but changed my perspective on, was when I went to my visit, he drove me around in his car on the course because we couldn't get a golf cart out because it was covered in like a few inches of snow. So we went down like the cart paths, and he's like, I'm really sorry that like we have to do this, but I'm going to tell you something about why I think you should come here, even though like it's covered in snow right now. I was like, what's that? He's like, I know you're looking at schools in Florida and California, but those two places pretty much have perfect weather all the time, and I can guarantee you're not going to be playing in perfect weather all the time on the PGA Tour. I was like, oh, damn, like, you're right. I want to be really prepared to be the best on the PGA Tour, and like, I'd rather get good in shitty weather or inconsistent weather with the best players and the best facilities at the time. Now they're redoing Carson Creek at the moment to make it amazing again. I think Carson was the beginning of amazing golf facilities around the country.
Yeah, we had 20 plus years old at the time. Yeah, like you said, that was the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And then other places have caught up, and now, Holder being back kind of away from AD and running the revamp of Karsten wants to bring that back to number one.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big point that I had thought of. But yeah, the imperfect weather is kind of what you want if you want to prepare yourself. And the other to that is it's our golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the golf team owns the golf course. and like no one else plays it really. You can be a member, but I think there are very few members, and to play it publicly or with a guest was like $500 or something.
Semi-private, but yeah, pretty minimal play. I mean, the busiest days would be around game day and stuff like that. But I think that's obviously a huge key, is that it's our golf course, and I'm pretty sure that we're the only ones. I mean, there's universities that own courses and stuff like that. I don't think there's another golf team that can say that they actually own their